In this video, we are going to see how to add a user in Lawcus from Microsoft Excel. So let's say that you are using Excel as a spreadsheet and every time a new row is added as a new data. So some new information is there in your Excel sheet. You want a user to be created with that information on Lawcus, which is a legal practice management software. Now, how can you do this? For this, you will have to integrate these two applications, and the same can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Microsoft Excel and your action application would be Lawcus. Now, how can you do this yourself and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. So let us begin this video by typing the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, we have reached the landing page of this software. Here on the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you already have an account, simply sign in. If you do not have an account, then you have to click on sign up. It will not take more than 2 minutes. And also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now, since I'm an existing user here, I'm simply going to click on sign in. And we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on Pabbly Connect for access. And once we have done that, we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and here it is asking us to name this workflow. So here I'm doing an integration between Microsoft Excel and Lawcus. So I'm going to write MS Excel Lawcus integration. And now let's click on create. Once done, here we can see that we have reached another window which has got two very important events, trigger and action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. So now my trigger application here would be Excel. Let's click on this. And now the trigger event here would be new row in worksheet. So every time new data is added to my worksheet, so this workflow will begin. Now I am asked to connect Pabbly Connect with the Microsoft Excel account. So let's click on add new connection and then connect with Microsoft Excel. I've already logged into my Excel account. I have to just pick an account. Once done, I have to provide it the access. So let's click on yes. And now we can see that the authorization has been successful. Once this is done, here it is asking us for the name of the workbook and the worksheet. So I'm going to take you to the workbook that I have created. This is Lawcus users. It has the following fields: first name, last name, date of birth, email address and phone number. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to look for Lawcus users. Let's click on this. Once done, since it already had just single worksheet, so it has captured the name. Now I'm going to go back to the worksheet and here I'm going to fill in the information. Let's say the first name is demo, the last name here is user1, then let's say the date of birth is 11/09/1995. Then the email address here is demoUser@pabblytudes.com, and then we have the phone number, so let's say it is 123. Yeah, it is just one random number. So once we have filled in information, let's refresh this page once. Going back to Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here you can see that we have received the information that we have just added on the Excel sheet. Once done, now I wish that with this information, a user should be created on Lawcus. So I'm going to choose my next action application as Lawcus. And now once done, let's click on this. And the action event here would be create person because we need to create a user. Let's click on connect. Once done, here again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Lawcus account. I'm going to click on add new connection and connect with Lawcus. So here we have to sign in once again. So once done, let's click on allow to provide it the authorization, and again you can see that the authorization has been successful. Once this is done, here it is asking me for the company ID, first name, last name, gender and etc. So we basically have to map this information. Mapping means that we already have received this information in the previous step. We are just going to retrieve this. So the company ID is Pabbly Connect. It has already taken it. Now the first name. So let's click on this. Go to Microsoft Excel. This is the first name. Then the last name. Again here, this is the last name. Then the date of birth. here you can see that it is asking us to provide the date of birth in this format. But the date of birth that we have entered on our Excel sheet was in a different format. For this, I'm going to add another action step here, which is a feature by Pabbly, date time formatter. So let's select this. And now the action event here would be to format the date with time zone. Let's click on connect. And now as I come down here, we have to map the information. This is the date. Now this is in date, month and year format. So this is the format. And now I want it to be in this format. Basically year, month, date along with the time. Now the time zone would be here. I want it to be in UTC. And the two time zone will also be UTC. You can change the time zone as per your requirement. Let's click on save and send test request. Here you can see I have received the date in the desired format. Now going back to Lawcus, I'm again going to save the existing connection once. So once I'm done here, let's put the information. This is the date time formatter. Going to now the title and the website. So let's say the name of the website is www.pabbly.com. And then we have the note. Then here we can fill in the email address. So this is the email address. Then if I take you down here, we have to fill in the phone number. This is the phone number. And then if you wish, you can fill in the address. As of now, I'm going to skip this step and click on save and send test request. Once done here, you can see that I have received the information. So this basically means if the integration process is a success, so this user now should be a part of Lawcus. So taking you to my Lawcus account, so this is I have taken you to contacts, and here you can see this is the name of the company. So I'm going to refresh this page. And now here you can see demo user 1 has been created, which means that this integration process is a complete success. But we also need to check it in real time. So I'm going to take you back to my Excel sheet, and here I'm going to fill in another information. First, user, new, this is the name. Date of birth here is 19/11/1995, and the email address is firstuser@pabblytutes.com. Then we have the phone number. So let's say this is the same phone number. Once done, let's refresh this page. Now what should happen as soon as I have done this user should now be a part of Lawcus. But if I take you back to Pabbly Connect and if I take you up, here you can see that it says that this trigger will check for new data in every 8 hours. Which basically means that there is a polling time for this application, the trigger application, and it is 8 hours. So this workflow will run after every 8 hours to fetch for new data. So if you do not receive your data instantly, do not worry, have some patience, you will receive the data. This is just a one-time setup. You do not have to do the same thing again and again. So now after 8 hours, we are going to come back and check for our data. So now let's go back to Lawcus. And here I'm going to refresh this page, and here you can see that first user new, this user is now a contact in our Lawcus. So basically this means that this entire process is a success. Now I'm going to quickly see and check the process that we have done so that you can understand it clearly. So here we started with our trigger application, which was Microsoft Excel, and our trigger event was new row in worksheet. Our action application was date time formatter by Pabbly, and the event was format date with time zone. This was taken so as to change the date format. Finally, the action application was Lawcus and the event was create person. I hope this is very much clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. Also, you can clone this workflow and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other doubt or if you have any other advice for us, you can always write to us.
I hope this was helpful. To watch more such videos, you can always subscribe to our channel, which is there on YouTube. If you have any queries, you can write to us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you want to know our pricing plans, then you can visit us at this particular site. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you have liked this video.